YouTube, it's Nick with Feeding Fitness. Today I'm going to do another video that was suggested by one of my MyFitnessPal friends. Follow me on MyFitnessPal, links in the description. This person asked if weight loss plateaus were a myth or not. And the way I'm going to take this question, do you all of a sudden, for some reason, stop losing weight? Well, a weight loss plateau is certainly not a myth. We've all had one. But this is a weight loss plateau we're talking about. Do fat loss plateaus really exist? Not really, and I'm going to explain this answer. Okay, so everybody starts their weight loss diet, they get into their caloric deficit, they cut calories, and they start losing weight. Things are going great. I'm losing 2 pounds a week, and now I'm only losing 1 pound a week, but I'm eating the same calories. Well, now I'm only losing half a pound a week, and I'm still eating the same calories. What's going on? All of a sudden, I'm not losing weight at all. A week goes by, 2 weeks goes by, 3 weeks goes by. The scale is not moving. It was previously, it is not, and my calories have remained the same. So this is what people call a weight loss plateau. It's why people like to say that there's more to it than calories in versus calories out. Well, sorry to say, there isn't more to it than calories in versus calories out. Weight loss plateaus can be explained under the energy balance equation. And basically the energy balance equation is a fancy way to say calories in versus calories out. Let me explain. First off, when you first begin any kind of a weight loss protocol, you tend to lose more weight than you should be. We always say a 500 calorie a day deficit gives you about 1 pound of fat loss a week, and that's roughly accurate. But individual results will always vary a bit. And at first, you generally start losing faster than that. So a lot of people think, oh, maybe I'm eating more than a 500 calorie deficit. Well, in all honesty, you're probably not. You're probably losing water weight along with fat in the beginning. This generally happens. You have reduced your intake. So when you reduce your intake, you also probably reduce the number of carbohydrates you eat a day, because that's part of reducing intake. Even if you're not going low carb, you're going to reduce everything a little bit. In addition to that, you're also could be reducing the amount of food you're carrying in your stomach at any given time, because that also influences your weight. If you're standing on a scale and somebody hands you a pound of broccoli, guess what happens to the scale? So if you have undigested food in your stomach, that adds to your scale weight. So all of those things could be going down, so you're losing weight quicker on the scale than you are actually losing real weight or fat weight. So as I said, a couple weeks go by and your weight loss slows to a more steady pound a week. This is when it's probably your actual fat loss and you're seeing it happen on the scale. Well, then several months go by, and like I said, you stall. So why is this stall happening? If you were in a deficit before, you know you were, because you were losing weight and nothing else has changed. Well, the fact of the matter is something, if not many things, have changed. First of all, how much weight have you lost? If over the course of 6 months you lost 40 pounds, well, guess what? Your body is now 40 pounds smaller and requires less calories to run. So you need to recalculate your calorie and macronutrient goals. You should do this every significant amount of weight loss, and what's significant is going to depend on how big you were and how much you had to lose. But every 20 pounds or so is a safe bet. If you've lost 20 or more pounds, you may want to rethink your calorie and macronutrient goals. That's just one thing that it could be. Secondly, when you're losing weight, especially for a prolonged period of time, water retention can become a big problem. You can retain water for weeks and weeks, and it can mask your fat loss. That can be huge. Sometimes just patience. You gotta outlast that water retention. Know that you're truly in a deficit. If you really are sure that you're definitely eating under your calories and you've recalculated your goals and you're sure you're in a deficit, it's probably water retention. Now, say you've waited a whole month. You've kind of ruled out water retention. You're still not losing weight. What are some other things that can cause these stalls while still making sure they go along with the energy equation, calories in versus calories out? Because being a scientist, or having a scientific mind, I refuse to believe that calories in versus calories out don't work. and so should you, because it's science, it's a law, it's not something that's an opinion. But I'm getting off, I could talk about that for hours. But back to what we're talking about. What else can cause this to happen? Well, you tend to, and this is just a human psychological response to dieting, sometimes you tend to miscalculate your calories more when you are deprived and hungry. I know that I personally forget to log things in MyFitnessPal a lot more when I'm at the very end of a very aggressive cutting phase than when I'm bulking. When I'm bulking, I tend to remember everything. I'm less food focused. It just, I eat it, I put it in there. But when I'm cutting, I can't explain it, but psychologically, I'm more likely to forget to log things I ate. Also, when cutting, you might tend to do things that you think are insignificant at the time, but can be part of the reason you're stalling. It's usually not the total reason, but if you're heavy-handed with things you don't count, if you're the kind of person who doesn't count condiments or sauces or things like that, plenty of you don't, and I, to be honest, don't count those things a lot. Are you heavy-handed with that? Are you using half a bottle of sriracha on your chicken? Those calories can add up, and again, that's usually not going to be significant enough to totally stop your fat loss. But this next thing, this can be a big one. Your non-exercise associated thermogenesis, your NEAT. This is the calories that you burn that you're not purposefully trying to burn. When you go out and exercise, those are your exercise calories, obviously. Your basic metabolic functions, your body just running itself, that's your BMR. But your NEAT, that's the non-intentional burning of calories. This is, walking upstairs to downstairs, brushing your teeth, cooking your meals, your general moving around. Do you find that when you are cutting for a long time, you become an absolute slug? That you get up, you go to the gym, and then you sit. And unless you're purposefully trying to do exercise, you don't do anything. You might find that you normally go for walks, but during this period, you've kind of unconsciously cut those out, or you're just not doing as much around the house as you usually do. Those calories add up big time. Mowing the lawn for 45 minutes is the same as walking on the treadmill on an incline for 45 minutes. It's pretty similar. That's cardio if you really think about it. But if unconsciously you're letting all these things go and not moving around as much, that can add up quickly. And that can be a big, big player in the reason you've had a plateau. So to recap, anytime you've stalled and it's been for 3, 4, maybe even 5 weeks, so it's not water weight, here's what you need to ask yourself. 1, have I lost a lot of weight and not recalculated my goals? That is a big one, but I think that one is kind of obvious to people. 2, am I forgetting to count things? Am I eating a lot of food that I'm not counting? Am I being less strict? Am I estimating more with my portions? Or am I still weighing and tracking 100% like I should be? And if both of those are on point and we go to our third, am I just moving around less? Am I being less active because I'm in a calorie deficit? This is something that happens to humans. Your bodies fight back. It really does. Your body doesn't want to lose weight per se. So you have to be aware of these changes. Are you generally less active than you were before? Because that can add up big time. So those are some things that can help explain why stalls happen, even though you're eating what you think was the same amount of calories and burning what you think were the same amount of calories as you were when you were losing weight. In all actuality, you might be eating more and you might be burning less. So that is going to be enough to wipe out your deficit, or at least make it so small that it appears your weight isn't moving. So I hope this helped you guys, and I hope it helped explain some of the major reasons why people have weight loss plateaus. And if all of these things, you're pretty sure are not the issue, then it is just time to reduce your calories. So that's all I have to say about this topic. Please ask questions or tell me your experiences with weight loss stalls in the comments down below, or over at Facebook on our Facebook page at facebook.com/feedingfitness. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time.